Chris, Travis, and others Easter egg hunting.
And
now we're live.
And vacuum cleaner repair.
Whoops. That's not what I wanted. There we go.
Another different tool. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the vacuum cleaner repair channel.
All right, now there's some people in. Richard is on. We thought we'd start the stream a little bit early, not because we had anything to talk about, but just because as we've been learning, you guys slowly filter in over time. So if we start it, then nobody gets to see the start of the stream really. But if we started 30 minutes early, then we get a pretty good crowd already in the stream when we actually start talking about important stuff.
And you can see me do a little vacuum cleaner repair.
And Richard is doing a little vacuum cleaner repair. Try and see what you have on your wall back there. Let's see, you got some... Wow, you got a power saw. That's impressive. Is that a vise over there?
Nice chest over there. Yeah, that's some drill gun thingamabobs.
Yeah.
But I need to find longer Allen wrenches or I can't repair that.
Looks like you got a bike thing there.
Oh, that on the ground. That's the building that for Kinga's school.
Yeah?
It's I got drafted by Kinga's school to build them the base of a. There we go. That'll probably do it. Of a bike stand here, so they can put a kid's bike on it, and basically make an exercise bike. So there's one of those machines. I'm not sure you can see down all the way to the deck, but one of those machines that lets you add resistance to the turning of a stationary bike.
Mm-hmm. I see people saying, what are we watching? You are watching us start the stream early. Star isn't around yet. But Richard and I were both around, and we thought we'd start the stream a little early. Of course, Star...
Maybe with a screwdriver, yeah.
Richard's just repairing a vacuum cleaner. And I'm just eating oranges here. Mmm. They're just so good. Oh, I did buy some pork rinds too. I guess I could go eat those. Viper Mortal. Thank you again for being consistent. Snugs. Thank you. Oh, you're slowly sneaking up. You're only 100 behind Z. Mm-mm. Now you just need to do one.
Okay, let's try that. It's gonna probably blow.
And thank you, by the way. Thank you, Snugs. Thank you. There you go. Now it's on. Hey, Skeggy Media Raid. Thank you very much, Skeggy. This is quality programming here with Richard repairing a vacuum cleaner, or attempting to.
We got it.
Me eating oranges. Do I even have a mojito? I do have a mojito. Oh no, that camera's frozen. Hold on, I think I might have moved his bed. We can't have a stream without a dog cam. Yeah, the camera I have pointed at him's not very good. Let's see if I can point this down more. I think I want to move him over this way a little bit. Oh, there you go. Ta-da! There's the mojito. I know, quality streaming, right?
Okay. Can I move now? Can I play?
Streamlabs, what? I'm having some trouble functioning as intended. To work properly, I need to be modded. You can do this by typing /mod streambot or Streamlabs. What? Okay.
All right. Ooh,
I'll do that.
To run the. I'll get into game and my.
There we go. You are now a mod, Streamlabs. Are you happy? Oh, thank you very much, Taiki Vitray, for the raid. See, now we'll have a good start when we actually start the stream for real. Everybody will be in there. You guys have any questions you want to ask Richard?
Now that I'm done repairing vacuum. Hey, unrelated to our game, anybody that's going to be in Florida, if you're already down in the Cape, I hope you were, or anybody that's interested in space, I hope you watched that Falcon Heavy launch yesterday. That was pretty kick-ass, landing all 3 cores. But anyway, I'm flying there just overnight in the morning to go to a Yuri's Night celebration to give a talk under the space shuttle there at the visitor center. So come on down and hang out.
Cool.
We can talk Ultima while we're there, even though that most everybody there we want to talk space, but we can talk Shroud of the Avatar, Ultima, Tabula Rasa, gaming in general.
Oh yeah. I turned down his volume, guys. I turned down his volume when the vacuum cleaner was running.
Oh yeah.
You should thank me.
I'm back up.
Yeah, now you're back to being normal volume. Only a little vacuum cleaner in the background now too.
Yeah, here I meet my son. The vacuum cleaner get a little farther away. He was expecting 4 o'clock to be cut off to don't be vacuuming downstairs.
Yeah, they land
patches. Where are we going to be running around? Oh wait, I guess we're not talking yet about where we're going to be going, are we? I almost spilled the beans.
I actually don't know, so I can't spill the beans.
Well, I know.
This scripted
so I can
for me.
spill the
Okay.
beans, so don't follow me in game. In fact, I better be very careful not to go where I know we're going to go.
There we go. I'll make Richard small at your request. Now he is smaller than Mojito.
Oh, I see where your priorities are.
The Mojito cam is there to cover up my chat, so when I'm in game, people can still message me and chat me. So now they can't see what people are actually saying to me. Maybe the same with mine? What? Why would mine be smaller?
And what do you call this quick stream with Atos versus our monthly live stream?
Oh, I updated that.
Oh, you thought you did.
R64 live stream. Richard Starr, Chris, and others.
Hey, how are people making those little mojito things go up on the right? That's cool.
That's right. I still need to get some, get a Lord British icon in there.
Yeah.
And there's a Dark Star one too. A little Dark Star. It's hard to see though. Travis made that. He made the. He has headphones on, but you can't see him because the headphones are black, and it's always on a black background. Well, it's on a black background for me. I guess some other people have it on white.
Hey, I know we just started a little early here, but if you'd pardon me, I'm just going to walk upstairs and grab myself a soda pop.
That's all right. I have a lot of people to thank, including thank you, Fakan, Elron, King of Thieves. There's somebody in the middle there. Who is that in the middle? I can't quite read that. Oh, Skaggy Media, thank you for 100 bits. Snugs1, thank you for extending your lead over Z. And thank you, iStar Strider, for 500 bits. And thank you, George of the Jungle. That's a name I don't see much around there. George of the Jungle, watch out for that tree. There's a cartoon. I'm sure you guys know. Let me get my questions up here. Oh, only one person has asked a question. Oh, let's see who's calling me. This looks like spam. Hold on, I'm going to answer this just in case. It wasn't spam. What do you know? Shocked. That was Maxine's future school. No, not MIT. That was her Oak Hill Elementary, where she will be going to school in the not too terribly distant future. Let's see, what are we up to here? We're up to 114. Let's see. Yes. Today I was pretty toasty from just lots and lots of stuff that was surprise, 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 one after another thing coming up. So I took most of today off. I worked until I sent Maxine off to school, so from like 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. And then washed my car because I had a yellow car. My car is supposed to be black, but it was yellow from all the pollen. And then I got a haircut, and I shipped some boxes. Went by the post office to ship some boxes. And let's see what else. I went by the grocery store. Of course, haircut. So, caught up on a few things. And now I am live streaming.
Hey, if I can jump in here, Chris, if I may. I am back. I also meant to mention right at the top, but this is just good since we're still ahead of the actual official start. Con Edison, my power provider here, electricity provider here in New York, showed up at 7 o'clock this morning. They were supposed to switch out one of my 3 legs of power early this morning, but they've still not switched it out. So they've been here all day, and they just knocked on the door while I was upstairs grabbing my soda, and they're now going to switch my power. So there's pretty good odds. They know we're going to have a live stream officially starting here in 15 minutes. They're going to try to get the temporary bypass on before we officially start. So if I get dropped either now or later, it's probably because my power went down. You may need to call me back. Just wait 5 minutes. If I drop, wait 5 minutes, call me back on the next cycle, right. And I should be back up.
Will do. Oh, yeah, and for Richard, you may not know this stuff. I wrote a little bot that records questions from people. I still haven't finished it. That's probably what I should have done this morning. But it records it to a text file right now. But questions are coming in there into the file, and I copied all the ones up until today over into the file that we have shared for the stream. So you can see a ton of we'll never run out of questions is the short version. Let's see. I see J Turcott. On a scale of 1 to dungeon, how far along is dungeon development? I'm going to say it's about dung. I'm not sure how that works on doing 1 to dungeon. That's my, I do have my own scales where I do the 1 to what everything. That's the last one I was doing was the, asking the engineers what they thought the risk was of doing something on a scale of, 1 to upgrading Unity mid-release. That's what I consider the 10 of that stuff. Uh-oh. Who is that? Why can't we hear her?
Oh, you didn't hear her because I was muted, just in case other sounds came in. But yes, this is the person for whom we're building the bicycle stand. Look, you haven't seen it since I put the frame together. I left big screws to put in for you, so I just got it basically put together so you can put in all the big screws. Oh, she's going to try to blow a bubble. Oh, step over this way. Look, it's her first bubble. Was that your first bubble ever?
No, actually, on the bus, I actually blew 3 big ones.
3 big today was the first day of blowing bubbles ever.
It's doing them.
Important life achievement.
Yeah.
And you didn't even get any in your
Level
hair?
Up. She leveled up today.
Uh-oh, I see you're missing some teeth.
Yeah.
That makes it a little harder.
Already. One's coming back.
We're waiting on Maxine's first teeth to fall out. Oh, are there people here? Oh. Hello, people.
Alright, so I'm doing my live stream, okay?
Okay.
Close my door when you're done.
My good bubble.
Yeah, so you can show us the good bubble, because we haven't officially started yet. We're here in the preamble.
Okay.
I think he's going to try to show a good bubble.
There's Treewalk giving his traditional 11 bits.
Get right in. Right in. Make sure you can see yourself.
While we wait, we'll go ahead and give away a prize for these guys. And then we can go and answer a few questions. Let's see. Low level. Hey, tacos and beer. Richard, you should say thank you, Tacos and Beer and Skeggy Media.
Hey, thank you, Tacos and Beer with Skeggy Media.
For doing such an awesome job streaming.
Indeed.
And a number of other people as well.
Sometime. Okay. Can you close my door on the way out, please, Kinga?
Actually, what's in there?
No, I think that's stuff to stay out of. That's secret Easter stuff.
I forget, you're in the basement, right?
I'm in the basement now, yeah.
All right.
All right, I am
Richard's
patched up.
man cave.
I am launching the game. I will see people in the game here soon, too.
Thank you very much, Snugs Z1. I always leave off the one part. Snugs1. And thank you very much, Cornfellow. And thank you very much, ×2, Tacos and Beer. But we've got a lot of new streamers out there. I've been trying to.
Hey, by the way,
help
Chris,
them out.
I was playing yesterday or day before with a group in the Rise. The Rise is still a lot of fun, I gotta say.
Tried to
Good
make
work on that, sir.
Tried to make it an old school style dungeon. I've started a second Rise 2.0 basically. I just haven't had time to finish it. I started over the Christmas break, but was just so exhausted and working on. That was when we were doing the server move and thinking about an office move at the same time. And strange, but I was tired all the time. I know that's shocking.
Yes, indeed.
Travis and I we were both each going to make one and make them connect. Travis had a similar thing. He ended up having the kid way more than he thought. Let's see what's on sale today. Usually when I'm doing these sale giveaway things, I'll pick something out of the sale list. So that way if they don't win, they can go buy it themselves on sale.
Hello, Grok in game. Thank you for sending me a friend request. I have just responded to your friend request. For those of you who don't know, one of the things I like doing is having the largest friends list in the team. It also lets people know when I'm in the game, so they know that I do get in and play. It also gives me something to do. One of the things I love to go do when I jump in the game, not during the live streams, but other times, is to go adventure with other players, like I was just talking about doing here in the Rise the other day. And so if you see me pop in the game, once you have friended me and we are friends, then do feel free to come join me. Or come call me and I will join you. This might probably be more likely the case.
And I'm starting it off here with a kind of boring but very practical wooden plaster 3-story village home just because it's on sale. Bam! Opening the giveaway. Now is when you get to see the chat scroll. So you probably haven't seen this.
Nice.
Oh, they're scrolling over your face. I probably should move you. Maybe you can come join me. How rude, you're scrolling over Richard's face. I'll put you... You can come down here and join me and I'll shrink. I'll come down and shrink a little.
That's nice. Delish.
Let's see.
Diet sun-kissed orange. Yum.
All right. Oh, I got 4 friend requests. Let's see. We got Jump Monkey Ooga Booga, Trokip McLaren, and Zoran. How is Zoran not a friend?
And Genus Cannabis. Thank you for sending me a friend request. And the same thing with Chloe May. Chloe, thank you. Now you're we are friends too.
And I missed already a couple. Pawn Arapawn. Thank you for the 2.99 bits. And Seer Zoran. Thank you for the 100 bits. And the friendship. And I think I owe you something if I go look in my mail. It looks like I've got 8 new mails today. Oh. We're going to be... Richard, have I even told you? I've talked to Star about it, or I've mentioned it to Star a few times, but I was still writing up the details for it. But I'll probably post it this weekend for anybody who's interested. Doing a contest. The Deco contest, have I mentioned that to you?
You have not. Please, go ahead.
So there's a new town that we added that's a dev basically it's going to be the dev competition town. I think it's called Medoris or Medor something or another. But it will be, players can enter for 100,000 gold, in-game gold, or 1,000 crowns to join the contest. They will be, when they send in their application and payment, they will be assigned a village lot in this dev town. So there's room for maybe 100. I forget how many village lots a metropolis, a mega metropolis, or whatever it is, will take. But then they get probably 3 weeks to spend time decoing out their village. And I'm going to stream. I do my live streams almost every day. And I will go and check on the progress of decoing. And at the end, we're going to do a live stream. Or I will do a live stream. You're welcome to join if you want to. And vote on them. And I'm going to be using a little voting app that I'm working on. That is lets them vote in stream. And so it'll take the middle 50% of the votes, basically. Throw out all the 25% of the high, 25% of the low, or the lowest 25, highest 25%. So it takes the average of the middle guys to make sure that no, like, one guild can stack the deck and vote all ones on somebody else's and tens on theirs. And then the winner, we'll announce the winner on the stream, and the winner wins a overworld pot, which we don't allow anymore, but we removed several PRTs because they were empty, because people don't like PRTs because they have the worst parts of pots and story towns. Like, why would you be in a PRT when you could be in a pot, which can be very well managed, or you could be in a story town, which has some unique character to it. So the PRTs are, whenever we see them getting close to empty, we'll actually ask people to, hey, you think you want to move out? And get them out so we can shut those down so we can replace them with the pots is the goal in the long run. But anyways, we're going to give away a pot to the best decoed village lot. And again, I'll be streaming pretty much every day, going through and checking in there.
That actually sounds really cool. How are you, when people sign up, to assign them a lot, do you have to do that manually, or do you have some automatic way to do that?
No, I have to go assign them manually. It's just going to be, I was reminded of that because people send me stuff manually. I'm doing a lot of stuff manually now. When I get up in the morning, I usually get on, and the first thing I'll do is check my in-game mail and respond to everything in-game. But this morning, like I said, I was super exhausted and already had a bunch of stuff on my plate, so I didn't get to it. But I will try to get to it today.
That sounds like a great fun.
Old Sup, thank you very much for the 100 bits. And Richard, you probably haven't paid attention to it, but yeah, they now cheer us with bits.
I know that.
Snugs. Actually, last month, Snugs and Ice Star Strider were tops. This month, Z of Silverdale's been pushing Snugs along.
I think the first day or two, I might have been the top bidder, just because I was excited to figure out how to do it.
I think I only have 2 bits on my account. I need to get some. Yeah, speaking of Snugs. And it looks like you're about to get some company. We'll have to see. Let's see. There's one guy added. One guy people might know. Let's see if I can find... Robert. There we go. The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. I'm waiting to see if it does the Brady Bunch version where it puts you into 4 corners or something. Well, I see Star's pretty face in the corner, but I don't see Star yet.
Hello.
I hear Star.
I hear his voice.
Oh,
Hello.
and we are live. We wanted to get live so we could already get up. We'll be starting the stream with 168 people rather than 0,
Sweet.
which is what we normally do. Star.
We're up to 170.
Hello. Can you not see me?
We cannot see you. I mean, we see your little circle face, but not you. Oh,
Can you see me now?
closer. No, not yet.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
We can hear you, Bobby.
Thank you.
Let me.
Do.
Chris, did you see my leaderboard stuff I put in the Livestream channel? I thought that might be useful for you on Livestream.
Okay. And just so you know, we are live. So people can actually hear you. Where's this leaderboard stuff you put in there?
You have to scroll up.
Oh, thank you, Lord British Rules. And famines. I still need to set that value. Hey, something we really want is someone following us. Yay, thank you, Yig Indemon. And, there's Lord British Rules for 1,000. That's good, you can buy us lunch remotely. That doesn't even get you into the top 10, though. You gotta go 3,600.
I noticed that. I noticed. That's why I was debating on how much I had to do that.
Alright, still waiting on Star here. Hey, Lancel Lancermain, thank you.
Try and call me again.
Okay. The Brady Bunch. Whoops. Hey, look, it's Star.
Oh, did that work?
Uh-huh.
Sweet.
You have a weird blurry background behind you. I've been trying to use that thing. Let me see if I adjust your window size. I'm not trying to get you unblurry. There, that's what I wanted to do. Now you guys look good. Not that you didn't look good before. You guys don't need to see my skill bar. Let me plop those guys down there. There we go.
Hello, Mr. Darkstar. Now I can see you very well.
And Star, you said we're going to use the old style giveaway, the Bobby giveaway?
Yes.
Okay, then let me close this giveaway and go ahead and send this one out. I started one just while we were waiting here. So if you want to raffle it. Raffle.
Well, we have 2 minutes.
Okay, well, they got 5 seconds to type raffle, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, they can do that first.
And a reminder, for the rest of these, we're not going to be doing the raffle thing here, so you do not have to spam us. The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch.
It is funny how maybe you guys do the same thing too, which is I'll pay attention to some window, like say the Twitch window, and then I'll realize my character's just standing there in game and people are coming around it being rude. No, they weren't being rude actually, but I'm worried that they might be.
This is pretty much what I do my entire streams. People on the stream can back that up. Pretty much stand here and look at a mailbox because that's how you sell the game to new players. Actually, I've started doing other stuff. I've started using the GM summon command, and I'll go over in the field next to the house here, and I'll summon 2 creatures, and we'll take bets on who's going to win. Yeah. Totally legal gambling.
Hello, older dude. I just friended you as well. Thank you for the friend invite.
Doing the close, and I'm doing the pick, so I can get rid of this one. We can get over to the other thing. Nimuki. You, sir, have won.
All right, it's 3 o'clock. So time for us to officially start.
All right.
So welcome everyone to the Release 64 live stream. Lord British, would you like to kick us off?
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Darkstar. Hello, Darkstar. Hello, Atos. Hello, everybody. Thank you for the 170 or 80 of you or so who came in early with us. This is, in fact, the Release 64 live stream. 64 months of on-time releases, all thanks to you all and the amazing team that has been building this great game. And thank you all very much for being here with us today. I think Star probably is going to take us through a little bit about what specifically we are here for today.
That's right, Lord British. Thank you very much. And as you all know who have been here before, I like to talk, so I have a lot to say. And welcome to our Release 64 live stream. As Lord British said, 64 months in a row, we have released a set of new content to all of you, our amazing community. Each release, we do a live stream after the release where we talk about the release, we answer new questions, we do deep dives, and we hand out prizes. And if you want to be eligible to win a prize, how many ways are there to be eligible to win a prize?
2.
That's
2.
right.
2 is the number of the counting, and the number of the counting is 2.
That's right. There are 2 ways to be eligible to win a prize. You can buy something from our web store. That would include some crowns, which you can spend in our in-game crown store, or you can go inside the game into the chat and you can type our not so secret phrase, because no purchase necessary, because that is the law.
It is every time.
And our not so secret phrase this month is "Dark Spring has sprung," and that is
so dark this spring. And actually, up here in New York, it is kind of a dark spring. It's been cold and wet and miserable all the way through till right now. But I'm hoping for a better late spring.
And we'll be handing out prizes all throughout the live stream. And speaking of which, I think we might be ready to hand off our first round of prizes.
We just might. We have a couple prizes to give away right off the bat. We have a black butterfly mask going to Steimer, a wedding dress going to Medros, a wedding tuxedo going to Belladonna Rose, a tall white floral box hedge fence going to Iron Fist Warhammer, an ornate elven planting bed set goes to Warhorse, and finally a storefront greenhouse 4-story row home goes to Stanton.
Congratulations, all of the winners. Very exciting stuff. And if you make a purchase in the store to be eligible to win a prize, or if you just make a purchase anyway, anytime during the release, you will get stretch goals. And in honor of the springtime, or the dark spring, that's what all of our stretch goals this month are themed. They are all dark spring. They were actually going to be our stretch goals for last month, and then I was reminded that last month was my birthday, so we switched them to Dark Star stretch goals. So this month is Dark Spring. So we've already achieved the first couple of stretch goals, and that means any $5 purchase this entire month will get you all of these stretch goals. And so far we've gotten a couple of them already, the flower hairpiece and the dark leaf spear, and we're well on our way to get the flower bed, and then the next one beyond that will be the dark thorn wand and the dark thorn one-handed sword. And to get an idea of what those will look like, those dark thorn weapons, if you've already gotten the Envy Angel bow, that's what those dark thorn weapons will look like. And if we make it up to $75,000 before the end of the release, we'll get the red thorn decoration pack. That's those cool shardfall plants that look like the big red thorny predatory kind of plant. And then there's more beyond that. So all sorts of cool stretch goals. And again, all you have to do is make a single $5 purchase and you'll get all of those stretch goals. Or you can join our rewards program, and then you're automatically entered to get the stretch goals. Plus you'll get a great exchange rate on crowns, which although those are currently on sale, we've been reducing the sale of those. They're now 10% off. They were 15% off last month, and then that discount's going to be going away pretty soon. So pretty soon here, the best deal is going to continue to be the rewards program. So we have tons of cool stuff we're going to be talking about today because it is Easter coming up, and we had the return of our first ever seasonal boss, which was the Arch Lapin, aka the Death Bunny. He his first appearance was a few years ago, and he is back again. And so we are having an Easter theme for our deep dives. So we're going to do a tour of a bunch of different Easter eggs in the game. These are either secret things that we've hidden in the game or popular cultural references like the Death Bunny, which of course is our homage to Monty Python. If you've ever seen Monty Python's The Holy Grail, you'll know what we mean about when we talk about the Arts Lapana. And then after that, we're going to have our first ever Easter egg hunt in Hometown. So you want to head over to Hometown at 4:15 for the Easter egg hunt. And now I'd like to hand it off to Chris Spears, who I want to say, before I hand it off to him, who's been doing an amazing job streaming just about every single day, talking about the game, fixing bugs, testing out things, listening to suggestions by players. So really huge hats off.
Getting new features in daily.
And before you talk, pardon me for interrupting, but I just want to give a shout out to all the people who just sent me friend requests. I just thought it'd be fun to say their names on the air for doing so, and maybe get some others to do it. Thank you for Zena Carpo. Thank you for to Altair Eastwind. Thank you for Awe. Thank you for Demon Heart. Thank you for Ivan Vasilev. Thank you for Jinsa Thurlaksh. Thank you to Lomek Viskin, Mr. Boo Radley, and Prexus East Phantom. Thank you. And Zoran. Thank you.
Over to me. My name's Chris Spears. I am the tech director and lots of other stuff on the project. I poke at a lot of different things. I've been doing, as Star mentioned, I've been streaming almost every day, and I still look at this wrong stream to talk to you guys, and I still do the thing where I point at stuff, and you guys can't even see what I'm pointing at or even see my arm. But eventually I'll get better. Let's see, what have I been working on? There's been some dungeon stuff. Mostly we've been working on patches. I think most people know we delayed last week to this week because we had some pretty heinous things happen. Richard and I still did a stream where we stood around and we pretended we were jumping from the ground was hot lava. Technically it was invisible. It wasn't hot lava at all. It was just completely invisible. How's the state of the game last Friday? So anyways, we got all that stuff fixed up. So again, pointing at things, getting new features in, listening to you guys. One of the features it seems people were excited about, that since we probably have some new people on the stream, I'll mention again, that is already in, was we were talking about something. I forget if someone suggested it or if it was just my solution. It's my solution for their suggestion. Was scaling decos. So in R65, when you place a deco, you'll be able to rotate it. You'll be able to scale it up or down slightly. You'll be able to go up to plus 20 or minus 20% size. No, not all things will scale. No, you can't scale all your planters down. No, you can't scale your crafting table or your chairs. But most other things will be scalable. So you guys will be able to, it'll help with those situations where like, it looks like it'll fit almost, barely, not quite. So it'll help with all those things. I've been talking too long. Have we turned it over to Richard yet? And Richard's special guest?
Indeed. Well, yes, as you can see, I've joined you, Atos, there in the field, but I've got my youngest here, Ronan, with me today. He just got back from school, and today was pajama day, so he's wearing his pajamas today. They all got to wear pajamas to school, which that was probably big fun back in the day. But he sure likes to watch us fight creatures, so that's why he saw in the stream that there was a fight going on, so we jumped in to join it. But yes, I too am looking forward to this Easter egg travels. Both,
Kill that dragon, Papa.
No, that's somebody's pet. The big ogre there. Okay, we'll go over there. Look at everybody's trying to attack it. Isn't that cool? Look, everybody's after it. They're trying to get me too. But here, as everybody's here fighting that great big ogre there, but one thing I want to say about Easter eggs is, Easter eggs, if you've seen the movie Ready Player One, Easter eggs have a mighty and long history. Our games have always included lots of Easter eggs. Everyone on the team is encouraged to put in Easter eggs, but often, even as the ostensible creative lead, the vast majority of creative activity in the game is done by the individuals who are building it.
Papa.
Oh yes, everybody helped kill it. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? And So I enjoy going back and looking at them. Sometimes I've been pretty shocked
Don't
and
kill
amazed.
that bear.
No, that's somebody's pet. Also, that's somebody's pet bear. We don't want to kill that person's bear. They would be upset with us.
So Richard, I'm going to interrupt real quick. So we're going to actually get you to do that intro again here in a few minutes because we're not quite ready to start the Easter egg tour. Chris did the handoff a little early because we want to cover news first.
Oh.
So we just want to talk real quickly about, for some of our newer viewers, about everything that went in Release 64, and then talk about 2019.
Indeed. Let's hear it.
Release 64, for those of our new viewers who may not know all the things that went in the monthly release and things that are coming up. So Release 64 had a bunch of cool new things in it. So as we mentioned before, the Arch Lapin returned with and this year, as we do sometimes, he came with some new loot. And as we mentioned, the Arch Lapin was our very first seasonal boss. We have this concept that different parts of the year, we have what we call seasonal bosses. And so the Arch Lapin was our first one, who comes around each Easter. We have another one who appears right before the Arch Lapin, and she made her first appearance last month. She's the Envy Angel. We have another one, the Krampus, who appears in the Dark Winter, who's also one of my favorites because it's we have Santa, but who's this pleasant version of the winter holidays, but then Krampus is a much better, I think, version of the winter holidays where naughty children are put in sacks and then beaten with
one of my favorites.
Sticks. Yeah. And
anything that involves the torturing of children in game, I'm a fan.
Of course, yes. And so we took it to its logical extreme where these children who were beaten with sticks would turn into zombies. But anyway, the Arch Lapin has come back this year. And this year with some new loot, some confection eggs and some confection bunnies. And then some cool new spring equinox items, including a replenishing platter of all sorts of confections, dyeable eggs, both a craftable one in-game and some cool multi-pattern ones that you can get in the store. And then the 2019 version of the confetti egg Easter basket. And this is a replenishing basket that makes confetti eggs that you can throw. Some new emotes, a slash pet that you can use with to pet your tamed animals, and a new dance, the Viking dance, that used to be a dance that only the NPCs were doing, the Norgard barbarians, but now you can go on a little mini side quest to get that quest. And then a new universal chat channel, the universal trade channel, so that people who are looking to sell things in a game-wide chat channel can do that in a new universal trade channel. A new message of the day for player-owned towns, a guild message of the day, more pirate items, including a new pirate outfit, treasure maps, a Jolly Roger flag, a Jolly Roger banners, more player dungeon encounters and totems, Release 60 and Release 61 live stream items, including Dragon Sword and Dragon Polearm, Black Ice weapons, Black Ice wings, Black Ice blocks, the Krampus mask, Dark Leather Yule outfit, and the Black Ice Elemental statue, performance improvement, bug fixes, and then, of course, the Darkstar recurring items are here available for a limited time. And then there's a cool player event tomorrow, a player fishing contest, so you can check out that in the Release 64 events forum post. And then there's all sorts of really cool stuff coming up in 2019, including crafting specialization, where you'll be able to choose your effect when you're enchanting and masterworking. Once you choose a specialization in either smithing or tailoring or carpentry, the ability to paint your house. So this won't be every house because we have to modify every single asset, every single house to make this work. But it'll start with a few houses that you'll be able to paint. Grandmaster only effects. So these are effects in crafting that will only become available once you achieve Grand Mastery. Fertilizer for agriculture. Pet balance, the vault, so where certain items that were expired or went away will come back for a limited time. They'll be tagged with an extra identifier in the tooltips that says this is a vault version, so it'll be noted that it's different than the original. And this will exclude any pledge or Kickstarter items, so those won't ever come back. Some more balance for pets. Episode 2 areas, the ability to have a row lot marked as empty. Mannequins, so a way to display your clothing and armor on a mannequin. Customizable conversations for your NPCs, so this will be for your shopkeepers and servants and guards. More loot improvements. More weapons for the store, more improvements to fishing, and better boss fights. So all this stuff coming up in 2019. So really, really exciting stuff. And then,
hey Chris, your bunnies aren't attacking. Sorry, Chris. Sorry,
some of them are. Oh no, they're attacking.
They're okay. And then we've got episode 2 coming up, which will include a revamp of the quest and journal system, a new theater system. Treasure hunting with treasure maps, item affinity and reputation, taming expansions, including new pet skills and pet leveling and pet customization, including a special skills bar for your pets, customizable NPCs, expanded permission system for containers and doors. So all sorts of cool stuff for episode 2. And reminder, this is always my social reminder for looking for group. Always use that tool. So if you're looking for people to adventure with, remember Alt-F to bring up the looking for group tool. Or if you're having an event in game, use the looking for group tool and or the universal chat channel to remind people about the event you are having in game. And some projects to support: Underworld Ascendant, Avatars Radio, and Lore Finder are all friends of ours doing great things. And reminder, if you want to be eligible to win some of the prizes during our live stream, you can type Dark Spring has sprung into chat inside the game, or you can purchase an item, and if you purchase an item from the web store, you will get stretch goals that are Dark Spring themed this time around. All right.
And indeed, and hey, before I hand over to Chris or whatever the next thing on their agenda is, I just wanted to also give a shout out to the folks who sent me a friend request. Thank you to Wowbagger, Purgatory Blackheart, Old Sandwich, Michael Dragon Breath, Majok, and Doobober Jenkins. Thank you. We are now friends.
And also, thank you to Iron Fist Warhammer. And somebody's name I can't quite read before that, and then Invico ×2. Thank you, guys.
All right, so I think what we should do now is answer some questions.
Let's do it.
Because we are scheduled to start the Easter egg tour at 3:30. So let's answer some questions. All right.
All right, let me dig out the document. For those who don't know, I wrote up a little plugin. Thank you, Invico, a third time. I wrote up a plugin where people can do exclamation question, and it'll write out a question for us to a file. So you don't have to worry about your question getting blown back. It works really well, which is why I have 300 questions already queued up. So we'll try and answer some that have been asked just before this on the post, and some during the stream before we get to the old ones.
All right. Here's one for you, Lord British. Omnidon asks, the episode 2 isles to the north look like a serpent. What are they called? Or do we know?
Yeah, interestingly, we've actually not named them yet. But yes, they do look like a serpent. That is obviously by plan, both an homage to the iconography that follows Lord British around through all the worlds he visits. That those particular islands will also be used in homage to deeper virtue exploration. You'll probably have noticed that the plot of episode 1 focuses strongly on the 3 principles of truth, love, and courage. And episode 2, FYI, is going to delve a little deeper into the deeper pantheon of honesty, compassion, valor, justice, sacrifice, spirituality, and humility. And so that's kind of what that chain of serpentine islands will represent to the players. as a play space, but the actual name of the range has not been, the island chain has not been named yet. I expect it'll have the word serpent in it.
All right. Another question from Omnidon. Since we are all streaming from home now, are we wearing pants?
Let's see. Let me check. Yep, I am.
I am. Yeah, wait. All right. We're all going to stand. Let's see.
Oh, shorts for Chris, of course. Those of you, yeah, there's Darkstar's got his on too. But what you all probably don't know about Chris and his shorts is Chris always wears shorts. And it is a point of pride to wear shorts entirely through the dead of winter, even when on those rare occasions, it becomes bitterly cold down there in Texas. I'm trying to think if I've ever seen Chris violate his shorts principle to work. Have you, Chris?
One time, I think. I think I wore sweatpants to work one time.
And shorts underneath them?
No. No shorts underneath. But the thing that you probably don't know that I revealed to the rest of the team is I've had... let me see if I can show this on camera. Or I can probably show it on Mojito's camera. Let's see. Oh, Mojito's camera is locked up. That's not the actual Mojito camera.
What? It's
you can't
fake.
actually
So
see.
What, a tattoo or something?
It's
What?
a fake
No,
Mojito.
I've had 5 knee surgeries, and I've got scars all up and down the front of my knee because they're not like little knee surgeries, like big cut open the knee type things. So my kneecaps are actually pretty sensitive, like the skin there. There's a lot of weird nerve stuff. So it actually kind of irritates me to wear long pants. So that's kind of why I started always wearing shorts. But I really just hadn't told anybody. It's more fun to just say I'd never wear long pants. The Mojito cam is frozen. I'll fix it, don't worry. I'm on it. There, now it's totally different.
Okay, Spinock, this one's for you, Atos. Spinock asks, can we have some PvP zones be adjusted to tier 10? For example, Palladus Shardfall.
So that's one that's come up on my stream a number of times that a couple of people have suggested. Antrax has been the one pushing pretty hard for it, is to go back and do what I've done for like the Swamp and Ruined Keep and some other places. Go back and do that for a PvP zone or two. What they really want is they want to have a upper tier style control point that's like a crazy control point with good rewards that is also in a PvP zone, so there's some competition for it. So that I'm looking at that. I'm going through the Shard Falls right now to see which ones are. Fortunately, we can't see much of what you're showing us. Okay, that's... Yeah. Is there a way I can cut his camera?
Yeah, I don't want to see that. No one wants to see that.
But anyways, we're looking at that, doing some... taking one of the Shard Falls and turning that into a kind of an upper tier style area with lots of spawn where you can like easily reach attunement with pretty good loot, but also with the added challenge of, now there's going to be PvP in there, so there'll be a little competition for the spot. Thank you, John Marcus.
Okay, and by the way, what I was showing you there, just to, since you're talking about your knees, it just reminded me that I got kicked by a horse. So that is the divot that was taken out of my shin when I got kicked by a horse.
Wow, you're lucky you didn't break the shin.
What did you do to the horse to deserve that?
Well, I'm not exactly sure, but the horse was obviously pissed off. I think it was one horse being pissed off at the horse that I would happen to be riding, and they were trying to kick each other, and I got in the way.
All right, let's see. Lord of Honesty asks, who has the second largest friend list? Because I think the assumption is that Lord British has the largest. So the question is, who has the second?
I bet it's me. Not because they like me more, but because I'm in game more. Like every day when I've been doing these hangouts, I get about like 5 or 6 different people adding me to their friends list. In fact, I went and added 4 earlier, and look, I have 6 more already.
Yeah, and I should give a shout out to Gag Hal Frunt, Milburn Pennybags, and Quandron, who also has sent me friend requests just now.
All right. Here's a request. Engineer Soda asks, could we please add heraldry book patterns? That's a cool idea.
I love that idea. We should do that.
Yeah.
Jira!
Great idea.
I'm asking people to go and figure out who has the most and second most friends.
Who can figure that out?
Not me, at least not on the live stream. Bobby, that's another exciting thing that's going on that we kind of snuck in because we kind of wanted the data for us for figuring out some balance stuff and other things, but Bobby's adding some the top list of things so you can see like who's caught the most fish and who's sold the most stuff off their vendor and that type of stuff. So that should be on there too. We should have a competition for most new friends in a week. Bobby, you got that?
Writing it down.
All right.
All right. Here's another suggestion from Ellabone86. How about a bookshelf dungeon entrance that would give you the impression that you pulled a book, quote unquote, to enter the dungeon?
Oh.
That is another phenomenally good idea.
That's a great idea.
What about a big wardrobe?
That's also a good idea.
Where you go open up the wardrobe and walk into it.
You know, yeah, and you like it. Could you be dressed like a lion while you did it?
I don't think we have lions in our game. You'd have to dress like a bear.
No. Yeah. You could dress like a witch, maybe. They also suggested T-Branch227 says, what about giving us the ability to turn any item into a dungeon entrance with a scroll or something we buy from the store?
Yeah, I think he mentioned that before, and I was trying to figure out how we could implement that and make it so it wasn't like a crazy interface. That was kind of the challenge, was trying to figure out how to make it so you could have any object. And I'm in hometown. Am I supposed to be starting somewhere? I'll go find. I don't want to accidentally find any eggs.
Well, that's not till later.
Okay, well, let's just try and get a head start.
The first thing, that's
I'll go
that's
down
not
to the
till
dock.
4:15.
Okay. I'll
Because
kill.
the first thing you're doing is the Easter egg tour.
Ah. Oh, what just happened? Did somebody summon
So
me?
we,
I
so
think
we need
I've
to
been
add.
summoned.
We need to add Travis to the call
Coming right up.
and Keith.
And while you guys are getting Travis and Keith, I'll also send a shout out to Old Man, to Colin Murphy, and to Lirianara Briarworld.
And while you guys are getting Travis in there, how about we hand out some more prizes?
Yes,
Do
prizes.
All right, here we go. Let's do another round. We have a black butterfly mask going to Skeggy Media, a wedding dress going to Diaz Disaster, wedding tuxedo going to Minerva, tall white floral box hedge finch goes to Lillian Crosley, ornate elven planting bed set goes to Megma's Nova Stalker, and finally the storefront greenhouse 4-story row home goes to Barney Bear.
All right, congratulations,
Excellent
winners.
Excellent winners.
Wait,
All
don't
right.
kill him.
Don't kill him?
Don't.
No,
Stop.
Oh,
Who's attacking?
me?
Chris.
There's a
Stop
zombie.
that.
Stop. All right.
I guess we can resurrect.
Zone.
All right.
Hold on, I'll zone to myself. Reset his aggro.
Okay. So
Yeah.
now, Lord British, if you could reprovide us the Easter egg tour intro. Thank you.
Indeed. It would be my honor, Darkstar.
Thank you.
Indeed, thank you. And well, hey, everybody. In honor of Easter and egg hunting, something I'll be doing with my kids here in only a week or so, we thought we'd talk about Easter eggs in general here on this stream. And for any of you who have seen Ready Player One, Ready Player One is in to a large part, a grand celebration of Easter eggs in video games.
Spoilers.
And, our games go back to the earliest days, and our games go back to have some of the very earliest Easter eggs ever in them. But one of the things I think is particularly fun about Easter eggs, and as they've evolved down through the years and as teams become bigger and bigger, is that Easter eggs are now, put in by every member of the team. In fact, it's something that, in the early days, it sort of happened with or without official consent, and sometimes those went off the rails, and people put backdoors in to cheat and shortcut the game to be able to win on their own. Sometimes people put in things that might not be considered appropriate or plagiarization. But over time, everybody has kind of learned to do things that are thematic or homages to things that inspired us or that we love. And as often as not, those Easter eggs are great fun for us to not only put in, but us to discover each other's. And of course, for you as the community to find them, and for us kind of go find them together. So we have a two-part thing today. The first part of which is Easter eggs that have been put in the game, or homages to pop culture that have been put in the game by the team. It's something that we've encouraged each other to do, something I know I've enjoyed. And so it's frankly something I'm looking forward to going on the tour with you all today to see if I see new bits and pieces that I'm not familiar with, or how the Easter eggs of the game have evolved since they're bountiful and kind of hidden all over. So I'll pass it back to, who's it going to? Travis, who's going to take us on that expedition?
Well, I think Keith and I can comment, but Chris is still driving. He owns the camera here.
I was trying to get it so you guys would show up big there. Only Richard is showing up big. He's super important, apparently.
That's okay. I don't need to show up big. They can hear me.
Yeah, let's just keep going.
Okay. Sounds good.
So this one was added by Esteban. A lot of the world building team was in the metal. In fact, the whole world building team went down to San Antonio and saw Judas Priest together. That was pretty fun. But this is if you guys know the band Iron Maiden, this is he's got a skeleton of Iron Maiden. If you come over here, he renamed the zombie. There's a name of most of the Iron Maiden album covers have like a decrepit corpse dude, and his name's Eddie. So this is Eddie, and Eddie.
Eddie rocks out.
Yeah, he headbangs. There's a bunch more in this scene. I didn't get a chance to like.
I think you might have I think you have nameplates off, Chris.
Oh yeah, hit him.
No, it's.
Oh, that's where you're killing him. We were like, "Don't kill him." You're like, "Well, no."
I've got them selected. You can see the name there. Let me go remap my nameplate key. Go on, I'll follow you.
I'll mention also nearby there obviously is an Iron Maiden, or two of them, sitting here to help back up the concept.
If you look at this way, I think Esteban was doing a homage to Game of Thrones.
There you go.
The jail cells that just are kind of open to a cliff.
Right, so Liver's Runes was a center of law and had a massive prison that's just a vertical prison and all these cells, but it's fallen into ruins, so there's a lot of holes and rubble.
Look back at the zombie, Chris. Not out there. So they can see the nameplate.
I was going to look out the cell because he mentioned Game of Thrones, and I was like, Game of Thrones, where?
Oh yes,
Eddie.
So what you'd have to do is you'd have to Chris, fly out and then turn around and face the cells from the sky, and you'll kind of see the vertical cell concept that we had.
Yeah, if you go to the left, to your right now. Right more.
Yeah, there's some more over here. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, those are. If you can go even further to the right, yeah, those are kind of he made some.
A little bit closer to this sky cells.
Yeah. At one point they didn't have bars because he was just calling them sky cells. Wait.
Libris Ruins is a PvP zone for those players. If you're not into PvP, maybe you haven't come here yet, but maybe if you're feeling a little like a risk taker, you come and check out some of the, we're just pointing out a couple of things, but there's more to see here, obviously.
Does storyline go through Libris Ruins?
Yes, it does.
The Libris Vault is here.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, I think.
And you can skip through the underground any PvP zone that if you don't want to do any PvP, you can still do the story.
Yeah.
I'm at the next location if you want to zone to me whenever, Atos.
Yeah, let's go to the next one.
Let's keep it moving.
Are you in zone or somewhere else?
I'm in another zone. I can just summon you also. Or
Oh
you
yeah,
can
just summon me.
Zone to me off your friends list.
Zone list. Cross div. There we go. Coming.
This one was put in by Seawolf. It's actually a series of them all over Elad's Lighthouse. And I think this might be my favorite in the whole game, this next one.
So Elad's Lighthouse, for those who don't know, it's near Brittany. It's just off the coast from Brittany. There's a city there, as well as the lighthouse specifically. But throughout the whole scene, some of these Easter eggs are situated.
And I should also offer up the fact that Elad's Lighthouse has a very interesting history that goes back to the beginning of the games we've worked on. Elad is the word Dale spelled backwards. Dale Flatt has been the property manager out at the Castleton site where we have the Curtain Theater and the Castleton Village where we throw the events like the Hearth of Britannia, as well as a lot of SodaCon type things are out there, and the Baron's Men that does plays goes out there. And Dale has actually built a lighthouse on that property. So there's literally a lighthouse built by Elad in the village where the cabins that are there for all of the other Avatar's companions. Dupre built a cabin, or a bunch of the cabins actually there, but there's one for him, there's one for Master Yolo, has his own cabin. Mariah, the gypsy, has her own gypsy wagon there. And so Elad's Lighthouse already is a place that has kind of deep history within the realms of Lord British.
That's cool, I didn't know that.
So Chris, if you want to turn and face the center of this circular area, and players can look around, maybe some of them will find it familiar.
There's a boat down here with the big rope. This is from Seawolf. Pretty lovingly recreated the duel scene from Princess Bride. It's really like he does the
He
flip.
did a great job.
Yeah. He kept going back and pausing the movie. And
Yeah,
I'm also left-handed.
He studied it obsessively to get it just right. There's the
This is
boat.
hilarious. This is again one of those things where I did not know this detail was there. I love it. Love it.
Really? Yeah, it's a good one. People like to come here and duel and quote the movie and stuff. Actually, further on in this, there's more than... Oh, somebody's time scaling.
Oh, I was going to time scale and then jump off the cliff. I think that's what the players wanted to see.
Oh, okay.
Is there more to see? I'll go around and follow you around.
Yeah, he's hidden... Oh, we won't go to all of them in the whole zone, because I'm not actually sure where they all are, but... Keith, if you can help me find the other ones. He's got the table with
Right,
the
I was gonna
poisons
mention
and
that.
stuff.
I'll cruise around while you guys are also talking, and when I find something, I'll let you know. They're hidden, and I don't currently have the.
Well, I'd go to the next zone, and then players can go to the Elads and find the other ones on their own. But
Yeah,
there's
there's several. There's so if you remember where the two people are doing the drink and they're wondering if they have the iodine poison in there,
poison.
then that scene is in here. In addition to some other little Princess Bride callbacks.
And I moved on to Yannaford. Now I went here earlier today just to map it out and get the locations down, and I remember there being more than there are now, but maybe they got moved around. This is also from Seawolf, who's a big fantasy literature fan. So if they're kind of the story of the Yennifers, they're trying to rebuild the library after some calamity and everybody's shipping in, but there's a whole bunch of weird relics on the shelves in the library they're trying to rebuild. I know there's some Wheel of Time Easter eggs in here. I see a Pulp Fiction Easter egg.
Hey, Chris, do you have to set back the speed of the zone when you leave?
I did.
Okay, awesome.
I did my jump. It wasn't quite as exciting as I was hoping it would be.
So, Chris, if you come over here to the Reliquarium, Center of Study and Artifacts.
Yeah, just poke around. There's a bunch hidden in the shelves of all these books.
Bears and the bees.
This wall, I think, was something, but I can't remember the details. Do you remember?
Which one? The wall?
On the wall, right? You were right next to it. A second ago.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a...
stored, absolutely no touching.
I think that's from Wheel of Time.
Ah, there you go.
Hey, guys, let's put Richard on the spot. Richard, can you read us a story?
Can I read your story?
Oh, you're not looking at the stream in another window.
Oh, hang on. Oh, yes, I can. Hang on a sec. Let me increase the size of it here. Well, move your mouse. So, Elereane. Valerian. Need needs. Courage. Courage by R.H. I can't really see this. It's kind of blurry. Emerson. Who? Teller. You. Anyway, I can read, but it's too slow. It's not going to be interesting stream.
All right. People send me letters in Runic all the time, and I don't know what that says.
Players who don't know, Runic is it's a long-time alphabet related to Richard's games, and we use it here. In some of the books are in Runic, and it's a letter swap. It's readable for those who care to study.
And by the way, I plagiarized it from the same sources that Tolkien plagiarized it from, which is out of an encyclopedia. If you look up, back in the day when we had encyclopedias, in fact, the ones I used are still upstairs here, my old set of 1960s era encyclopedias. If you look up runes in Runic, you see Druidic runes. Those are the ones that Tolkien built his own variation on. I didn't quite steal Tolkien's. Instead, I went to the same original source and stole my own, but they only differ by about 2 or 3 letters. Because otherwise, they were standard through time and ultimately became the basis of Roman letters that we use.
By the way, anyone comes to the Reliquarium, the curator, she actually has a connection to some quests. So while you're looking around, make sure you talk to her and see if you can continue something or start something or include something.
Here's a Game of Thrones Easter egg. Here's a Hobbit Easter egg.
The Hand of the King Killer.
Yeah, yesterday I started saying, I'm going to do a stream on Sunday night. I'm going to try doing the evening time, see how the difference in concurrency is or the viewership is. But then I remembered tomorrow night there will be no humans looking at a computer. Richard doesn't know why.
When I can read one myself, I can read it much more quickly because I see it high res. The following texts are meant for true followers of Lord British.
Oh.
Actually, it says Lord Britannia for some reason. Of Old Britannia. Oh, I see. They are recorded here in Runic for those to read. Who can?
Travis, should we catch up with you? You're at the next
Oh yeah,
spot?
whenever you're ready, or you can hang around. There's more in there if you just kind of snoop around for a minute.
I was going to read this one to you,
Cool.
Richard. Whatever you do, need courage. Or what you
Yeah, I'll
do,
be right back.
you
You
need
snoop around for a
courage.
sec.
Oh. Whatever course you decide upon, there's always someone to tell you that you are wrong. Someone might have told me the trick. I forgot that you could cut and paste them out, and if you paste it into like Notepad, it'll turn into plain text.
Cheer.
Yeah. Oh, here's Cleo. Oh, time to go to the next one.
Hey, it seems like a good time to give a shout out to Short Fat Man who sent me a friend request. Thank you. We are now friends.
Was there
And-
someone named Old Sandwich before that friended you, Richard? Was that the name?
Yeah.
That's an awesome name. I love that name.
And
Some of these
also,
names are phenomenal. Please, come on.
shout out on behind to Famines. Thank you for the 100 bits. Dead, assist, and follow. Wait, dead as is. No, dead. Oh man, I don't know. But thank you for the follow, Viper Mortal. Thank you for pacing yourself, 100 bits again. And thank you, Mandalar, for the 200 bits.
Thanks, guys. Yeah,
And
I know
now I'll
that.
teleport to him.
Yeah, just to keep moving, Travis, why don't you just start summoning Chris as soon as you get to the next one?
Oh, okay.
That way we'll just keep the thing moving.
Star thinks I'm a lollygagger.
Oh, who's this sad, stressed out child? Let me talk to her. Or him.
Him.
Oh, horses keep getting stuck in the mud. I see her to encourage pulling themselves out. Oh, really? Tell me about that. Oh, it's so thick none of them can stay, not alone anyway. Oh, no, that's terrible. Hi, it's Artie. Oh, they keep getting stuck in the mud. Okay, well, that seems to me like that's encouraging me to go help the horses get out of the mud.
It'll never work.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get in that mud. And here I am in the mud.
Some people might recognize this. For those who've seen Neverending Story, this is an Easter egg that refers to a scene in that movie. A very stressful scene for viewers.
I skipped that scene, honestly.
Poor kid.
It's fun walking around in the mud. Alright, I'm just going to zone to list.
Yep.
Man.
Okay. That's
Likewise.
Oh, it's not there yet.
So we're going to. And if I didn't mention it yet, this is Norgard Fens. People haven't read it yet. Norgard Fens is where this Neverending Story reference is.
Are there any Dark Crystal Easter eggs? Yes. I forget where they are, but I know several of us have made some.
So do we have like an Easter egg for like every major fantasy
Yeah.
trope ever? Or
And we
movie?
have a zone named after Crawl. We have, yeah.
But there's no Triskelion thing in there, like the little blade from Kroll.
They use.
Somebody's also asking, will we be seeing the original Easter eggs, like, Lunch Rock with the singing rocks and the Sword in the Stone way up on the top of the hill?
So I
know what
visited
that is.
the Sword in the Stone, and it looks like the VFX that are shining light on it aren't working. So now it's just like a rusty sword and a rock, and I'm gonna go fix it.
I'll go to the Singing Rock.
for next time.
I know where the Singing Rock is. I can teleport to that in a minute.
It's an owl's head, if I remember correct.
This
You
is
do
a
not.
Sea Wolf one also. He was big into Easter eggs. He made some of my favorites. But he was
We're
a big
in-
fan of
We're in
sword
Celestis right
fighting.
now, by the way.
Yeah, we're in Celestis.
Celestis is a city in Perennial Coast.
So there's
Right.
a famous swordsman who was undefeated and showed up to a duel and forgot his sword, so he just dueled the guy with an oar, and he killed the guy with an oar. It was called the duel at Ganryu Island. Let's see.
Well,
I'm at the next one, Chris.
Oh,
You can make it. Okay, here it is. Take time for you.
this is amazing. Like, so I've been in all of the world building reviews, and I don't remember all of these.
Some of them we told everyone about. Some of us within guidelines, like we know, we don't put anything that's offensive or break the game or get us sued or. Do you want to teleport to me, Atos? Teleport to player?
I'm flying. I didn't realize how far you are away, but I'm almost there now.
Oh, okay. Oh, tacos and beer. Put in 100 bits for beer for me. Thank you, Taco. If I can just call you Taco from short. If anybody remembers the old show, I think they made a cartoon out of it, and I know Bob's Burgers reference it, but Lone Wolf and Cub. It's kind of this Ronin who roams around with his... Is it his son, or is it just an orphan boy that he befriends?
It's his son.
Yeah.
It's his son is barely more than a baby. He's like a toddler, and they get into like fights with people that they meet along the way.
So this whole zone was kind of perennial coast theme, which we draw heavily from Asia. We draw from Korea and Japan and China and a bunch of sources. I'm at the next spot if you want to come. But so throughout this zone are a bunch of samurai movie references.
This probably has special connection to Seawolf since he actually was like trained in broadsword fighting. So.
Oh yeah, he's like an amateur competitive fencer. So this is Zatoichi's sword, the blind swordman. These are his
broadsword?
dice.
It might have been longsword. I forget what it was.
I think it's longsword. I'm not sure. These are his dice and his sword. Let's see. Teleport. Alright, I'm at the next one. Yeah, there is a sword in stone, but I want to go dress it up because it looks like some of the old kind of decoration stuff working with the material change. So. This is a monument to the seven samurai.
Nice.
Specifically the original movie.
Yeah, the old one. Kurosawa? Is it Kurosawa?
Yeah.
Let's go to... We have a couple left. How are we doing on time? 5 minutes?
Something like that, 6 minutes.
Okay.
Well, you teleport there, and I couldn't teleport to you yet. I'm teleporting to Braemar. I'll go show the Singing Rock. I don't know if that was on your list. That's one Richard just mentioned. Let's see if that one's broken over the years. That one's been around for 3-4 years or something. Let's see. Come on, where are you at, Graveyard? Here we go. Oh, and I'll have to turn up my volume for this one so people can actually hear.
Use the dragon sword. I'm not sure what you mean. The new dragon sword? Thanks, tacos. Did you find it?
I found it.
Well, I'm at the next spot.
I don't think that's it. I think the,
They say you're a step behind.
Yeah, you are. Is this it?
think that's just a rock.
Okay, I think I'm hearing it now.
Oh, it plays, it just changes the music to, like, Lum's music, right?
I should just sing, but I don't know what I should say. I don't know what I am really doing right now. I was eating lunch, and then they interrupted me. And now I can't, because there's a laptop pointed at me. And so I struggle through the toil and pain. But I know that I must go on, because someday I'll get to eat lunch again. And then
Wow.
continue to work on these items.
That is something.
And then you'll
I think that's Lum singing.
Yeah, that's Lum.
That's why you're watching this show. Not to
Can't unhear it.
to my awful singing voice. And
Lum is a nickname from one of our developers from the past. He was a Quest guy, and he added this Easter egg in.
It's kind of Mr. Rogers. I kind of like it.
All right, we got 15 minutes till the Easter egg hunt.
All
Remember,
right,
the
I'll
Easter
tell
egg
my
hunt
list.
is in Hometown.
Thank you, Elrian.
And for those who are curious, that is Braemar. The location's negative 131, 31, 6.
All right, do we have any more stops on our Easter egg
Yeah,
tour?
we got 2 more if we got time for them.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
teleporting
we
to
have
him right
15
now.
minutes. So.
Hometown, by the way, is east of Sultan, in the Perennial Coast area.
In the very southeast of the map. And you can whisper any of us that you see our names and we'll summon you. A lot of times I forget all the Easter eggs I put in and I had to think, but this is one I remember that I put in. If you guys remember, I don't remember if it was Road Warrior or Mad Max, where he finds the guy that he's one of the guys he's been chasing, and he like handcuffs his ankle to the car and like pours a bunch of gasoline and like gives him a hacksaw and like, well, you can could probably cut your own leg off and get free in time before the fire gets you. But so it's just a skeleton who's been
Is that
shackled
the original
to
Mad Max?
this wagon. Yeah, I think it's the original. So he's got a little hatchet in his hand. Whoever burned him gave him the option to cut his own leg off, but he didn't take it in time.
That's awesome.
The whole theme for this zone was just kind of like adventure road and all the oh, actually, if you come up this way, there's another one. Just all the things that could happen on a road, all the cliches from fantasy novels, and there's a traveling minstrel that we just went by. He's got a cool quest. I like that one. Keith did a really good job on that.
Nice.
This is kind of an Oregon Trail mishap here.
Bring your
Do
own
you
dysentery.
die of dysentery? Yeah.
Well, they try to ford the river instead of cocking the wagon and floating across.
Oh, right, sure. Perfect.
Always cock the wagon and float it across.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course. I mean, everybody knows that. Except the people who don't and then die.
And,
Now they know. Pro tips. Pro tips.
I see Lord British Rules just gave us 1,000. You're still not in the top 10. If you get in the top 10, I bet people immediately want to push you off, though. So
this
That
guy,
might be worth it.
had we not engaged in combat, he killed this snake oil salesman and tried some of his wares, and he pukes blood. If you don't aggro him and you kind of watch him, he just kind of staggers around really sick.
You know what time it is.
Oh, prizes!
It's prize time! We've got a black butterfly mask, goes to Armor Pendos. A wedding dress goes to Aelon. A wedding tuxedo goes to Hemswald Genus. A tall white floral box hedge finch goes to Lily. Ornate elven planting bed set goes to Ashendai. And finally, a Swarf greenhouse 4-story row home goes to Kurt Headland.
Wow, Strider, thank you.
Woo! Congratulations, winners. And remember,
Thank you.
thank you, iStar Strider.
and remember there are,
And Lord British, whatever.
and Remember, there are 2 ways to be eligible to win prizes during today's live stream. You can make a purchase from our web store, or you can go inside in-game chat and type "Dark Spring Has Sprung" in honor of our stretch goal themes. All right, we've got 15 minutes, or we might start early, before we go for the Easter egg hunt, and we'll do question and answers while we do the Easter egg hunt.
50K bits? I didn't even know that existed on Twitch. That's insane.
What?
I didn't know that was a thing.
That's a badge that you earn.
That's insane.
Woo!
Wow.
So there's a little sign here you can mouse over, and then I put them all these little snake oil tonic potions, and people want them as deco. So that's what became the perfume bottles.
They are cool looking. And just imagine, next release they'll be able to scale them up and down in size a little bit so they can have a variation. Boop, boop, boop.
That's awesome. Oh, that'll be the best for rugs. When the rugs just kind of don't fit quite.
Too slow.
Or they leave a little gap.
Apply buff.
So are you getting stream sniped as we're doing the tour?
Not today. Sorry, man. I cheat when I'm on stream like this. I don't want to waste any time. Catch me when I'm not streaming with Richard and Star, and I'll fight you on stream.
Rip. You did make the party PvP when you invited us, so I kind of feel like we're inviting it a little bit on ourselves.
Whoops.
I'm in God mode.
Sorry about that.
I'm not teasing.
I think we all are, but for whatever reason, the party's PvP.
I got there and then accepted your summon back to the exact same spot.
I see you going to... Oh, I see. You got there and then you clicked OK.
Well, you know, your camera's not behaving today. Not that people can tell. I could just put up like a...
This is just a little one. I thought it was cute. It's a Pirates of the Caribbean Easter egg. Remember that they're shelling the city and he's in the jail and he's trying to coax the dog with the keys. Thanks, Warhammer. We got a little more time. Can you think of any more, Sanio? Those are all the ones I wrote down. I didn't know we'd have more time. I mean, I can think of a bunch.
I have some personal ones.
Oh, yeah.
That no one will ever find out. And I'll just describe here. So in Sultan, there are some children. There's Kitty, Marion, Richard, and Bob, or Robert. So 2 of them are in the town itself, 2 of them are by the refugee things. Those are named after my mother and her brothers and sisters. Brother and sister. So Kitty specifically is the one that represents my mother, and she's the one, if you go talk to her, she'll talk to you about her horse named Freckles that she takes care of. And that's kind of based on a real-life story that my mom told us when we were young about a horse she took care of named Freckles.
There's a bunch in Sultan. I noticed the bartender's Rick James.
Yeah.
The bard is a jazz musician, Steve something. I don't remember his name.
Mm-hmm. I think in Tenebris Harbor, I think the wave battle by the docks, I think the bosses that can pop up, with the toughest guys that pop up, I think I remember talking to Dan about it when Dan was saying about Dan Brennan, level designer, and I think he named them after the world builders or someone else in our.
He was asking us, like, I know he put us all in at least once. Or I'm going over to the docks. Do it.
So there's the docks in Tenebris Harbor, where there's a fight scene. You fight a few waves of bad guys, and that draws out the tougher guys. I see some corpses. Did somebody kill them already, perhaps?
There's a player thread, though, that's been going on for a while. It just kind of documents all the Easter eggs people have found. Some are a little speculative, and we kind of giggle like they weren't really. That's not what we intended. But it's a pretty vast. There's also vast compendium.
There's a similar one about puzzles, and spoilers on how to complete the puzzles and things like that we have in the game. Yeah, there are some speculations that they talk about, like, I don't know, like the number of like rocks in an area or the placement of lights, and the theory matches up, although some of these things were unintentional by us. So we definitely enjoyed going back to those message boards.
Yeah, the kind of conspiracy theories. Yeah,
they're pretty awesome. That urchin right there
killed the kid.
That was for Richard. I killed the kid for Richard.
He's a thief. That's what urchins are. They'll steal from you. They're like imps, kind of. You gotta watch out for them.
Locked chest.
So the chests are locked because they're a part of the reward if you kill the bosses in the wave battle. So anyway, this is the spot. I guess the guys aren't here now. It takes a while for them to reset, so maybe somebody can spot them more.
Why don't you guys do that, and then I'll... Or they can back up. Don't zone to me, because I need to be hidden now.
Okay.
Because I'm going to talk to my friend, the Easter Bunny.
Jumped on the ship that's in the Tenebris Harbor area by the dock. And before they realized I was there, I was watching these the Plunderer and this Raider doing little jigs on the ship. They're having a dance. This is like party central for them. Until we show up, they're basically celebrating their victory of destroying this town.
Christ Pallad wants a 4 lights. I'm assuming that's the Star Trek Next Gen Easter egg.
4 lights.
We did that. I think we've done that more than once. I just don't remember where. But we quote that and we use that all the time. Especially if we're debugging a scene that has too many shadow casting lights, we quote that all the time. Thank you, Vipier Mortal. He said that he asked my favorite number and I said 33. So it's he cheered for a beer.
You should have said 100,000.
My favorite number is 100 million.
And also thank you, Mythic. Or Mitch. That's what the MH tick is. Mythic or Mitch. It's a frequent visitor to my daily streams.
Thick. Okay, so we got, we're starting the Easter egg hunt at 4:15 or 4:30?
4:15.
Okay.
I am headed to hometown.
I'm going to take a quick break and start hiding stuff. Don't look. Don't cheat.
Okay, don't look. All right. Did you ghost mode yourself, Travis?
I did. I hit O, and there are like 100 people in here, so this is going to be interesting.
All right, so while he does that, Chris, maybe we could do questions.
Okay.
All right. Why does Mojito seem bigger in game?
That's another Easter egg.
I get asked that quite often, actually. So those who don't know, this is Mojito. He's in Owl's Head. He's upset I pulled his cover off. He's an Italian Greyhound. And my hand for scale. He's 10 pounds in real life. He looks like he's probably a whippet in game. But I don't know why he's big. I'm going to go downscale him. I'll make a bug for myself right now. Because I get asked that about once every week. Oh, this is one. We have somebody named That Which Lurks who asks about 20 taming questions a day. I know that's shocking. Could there be a giant rat tameable pet? That's one I've actually wondered. We're probably the only MMO in the entire world that does not have a giant rat to killing it. That's
Right.
seriously
Rat.
lacking.
We
Any
don't
rat.
have rats at all.
We don't. Yeah, there's no kill 10 rats quest. But of course, he wants them so he can tame the rat.
I guess
we
the
should
closest
do-
after that is squirrels.
Yeah, we should totally get rats.
Let's see.
Let's see. Lord of Honesty, please repeat the phrase so we can try to understand it. Dark spring has sprung. There you go. By the way, the secret phrase is always in the post. So you can, if you can't understand me, you can always go to the post. Let's see.
Key Man of Soar. When will the targeting system stop targeting stupid stuff like rabbits? It should, if you hit tab, it should be targeting hostiles only if there are valid hostiles around. If they're not hostile, then it drops to the second tier and it should be targeting rabbits. Because you may want to shoot that rabbit, just like I shot that urchin. Oh, and I'm in here now. I'm going to go to the docks, and then if people want to, they can message me, and I will summon you to the docks. I think that's over here.
Swedish Redfish asks, if you were a tree, what tree would you be? I'm going to say I would be a live oak. Because I'm from Louisiana, so it has to be a live oak. With Spanish moss.
Very allergic to you.
Yeah, we don't like you right now, Star. You made my car yellow. I had to wash my car just because it was solid yellow from the pollen. I thought you would have gone for a, what's the swamp tree? Not the sequoia, the...
Cypress?
Yeah, the cypress.
That would be another good one.
And again, reminder, if you want to join us over here and you can't find it, I will summon you to it, and then you'll be lost when you leave. But it will be the quickest way to get here. But of course, I will summon you to the docks.
I see a lot of cheatertons running around trying to find me.
We need to have someone standing inside killing anybody who comes near the entrance.
All right. Let's see, more questions. When will unicorns be tameable? Well, our initial release of the unicorns were that they would not be tameable at all, but we could revisit that decision.
You're asking ones, I think I might have answered some of these.
Oh, I'm just going through.
Yeah, you're going through my list that I put up there, but I think that has some ones I forgot to delete off of it. But those are good ones. You're picking good ones.
Have you answered that already?
I did, and I thought that we should, that seemed like one we should probably get on the list of things to turn into. Of course, we'd have to, like, they'd be upset if we made it so guys could do it, because it should only be women wearing white, I guess. Something like that.
Mm.
To be
why
the first
why do we have to be so gender biased on that?
Well, that's another one that they ask quite often, is why are we so gender biased on the outfits? There's so many more women's outfits. There's a guy who always, when he finds me, he's always wearing like some type of woman's outfit, and he says it's because they have all the good outfits because we like them better. So we might as well give them pets too.
That's not true at all.
I think that's true. I think that's just something he's going through, which is fine.
I'm not judging.
No judgment there.
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody else?
I'm gonna start putting them down.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna keep summoning people. Summon.
Okay.
Summon. Sometimes I click on a line above or below. If I think I might have accidentally just summoned somebody who was speaking on the universe chat. Sorry about that, person.
Okay, so, all right, we are officially starting the Easter egg hunt. Some of the chests are still being hidden. If you find a chest, there's going to be multiple chests hidden. Inside the chests, These are public cache chests, correct, Travis?
Yeah.
Okay, and inside the public cache chests will be Easter eggs, and some of those Easter eggs will have the word first, second, third, fourth, fifth prize behind them. And the list of prizes are in the post. I can read those out. And if you find, let's see, let me scroll up and find the prizes. Fifth prize, if you find the egg called fifth prize, that's a royal elven bow. If you find the fourth prize, that's the ornate elven furniture set. If you find the third prize, that's an elven guard tower. If you find the second prize, that's the hollow log 2-story village house. And if you find the first prize, that's a player-owned town village lot property deed. So,
is there a hint as to where they can find these?
Yeah, the hint is they're in hometown.
They're in hometown, yeah.
That's
Could be
your
outside,
hint.
could be inside.
Your hint is hometown.
Okay.
They're all going to be outside. I can't say that.
There we go.
Your hint is hometown.
Don't
look at
bother ransacking my house.
Too late.
So this is our first attempt at a Easter egg hunt. So we have no idea how well it's going to work.
What could go wrong?
Please enjoy, and I'm sure it'll be fantastic. And who knows? So we made this up and decided it would totally work fine. So
We wanted to do just the eggs and then realized everybody would need lot permissions to be able to pick an egg up.
Yeah.
So we went with the chest.
Yeah.
And sorry, just so you know, I just posted about 50 new questions at the top of the thing. So the questions at the top are all new as well. These are ones
at the very
that,
top of the doc.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I just put them in there. Those are ones that just came in during the stream. This
All right.
whole automated question taker takes a lot of questions. They ask a lot of questions.
All right. Let's see.
Here's one. Kaizen Strava. Can the totems be invisible when in adventuring mode? And that's one that I meant to make, the totem and the stand. But the reason I hadn't was I'm kind of torn because it might tell you the level as well. Like you can look at and tell what level it is, so you know what you're getting into before you get in there by leaving it out there. But it's not always in the right place, so yeah, it probably should just be hidden. That way you can surprise people with stuff. Go ahead, sir.
All right. Remy, I like this one. This is a conspiracy theory. This is cool. I like conspiracy theories. Remy Theriantha asks, some players like to say there are divisions among you devs. I figure you guys are more in tune than some suggest. Gee, I wonder where on the interwebs they are saying that there are divisions amongst us. I think it might be a place that starts with an R and ends with 2 T's. Actually, I guess it's 1 T.
Just so
What are the
people.
divisions? I need to know. I need to pick my sides.
Well, I think it's the bald people versus
Okay.
the hair people.
I'm in.
Yeah, so I think
but-
that's.
I'm streaming and the camera's on right now.
And so is his mic.
And so is his mic. Yeah, and so we can totally hear and see you. Yes, that is the division. The hair people versus the non-hair people, and that is the ongoing civil war on our team.
Isn't that just like a hair person to leave his mic on during a personal discussion?
Yeah, that's the kind of thing, is those hair people.
I see it now.
Yeah, showing, having their kids interrupt live streams. And,
Well, he was a member of the hair team.
Yeah.
Give me like a...
Yeah. You want my heart piece? I'll give you my heart piece.
I'm looking for these
no,
Easter
so-
eggs. I should follow players and just like steal it before they get it.
Yeah,
Let them find it and swipe it out from under them.
So I'm not sure what the division rumor is.
I don't know.
So, I mean, we have occasionally when we're in the same room, like we pretend to be at odds about stuff, but we're pretty bad actors. I think they would have seen through that, so I'm not sure what that really is either.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we mess up on our scripts sometimes, and we gently chide each other for that, or I mean, are people riffing on that and saying that there's divisions amongst us because of that?
And most of us have known each other for I don't even know how long.
Lost
track.
Maybe about all the fist fights that used to happen in the office.
15 to 20 years.
Oh.
And the arson.
The dark times. We don't talk about the...
So Lee, back to reality. Away from conspiracy, which we love the conspiracy, but back to reality. Lee Buddha asks, what do you do if you found a prize? Oh, so if you find a prize, find either Atos or Liz Rostov, and you can give it to them, and then they'll make sure they note your character name, and so then we will deliver you a prize later.
We just put at the top of that dock that we all
Take
all
the
have shared.
eggs and don't stack them with other non-GM named eggs, or they lose their GM name. That's something that I don't know if we noted to fix or not.
Oh, that's something.
Good.
That's a bug.
Tip.
What?
Yeah, GM named items, when they stack with non-GM items, they lose their specialness.
All right. Let's see.
Oh. Silently is trading an Easter egg to me. Everybody's going to see it on stream, so I might as well announce it. Easter egg hunt 3rd prize. Silently.
Yes.
Woohoo!
I'll add that to the document here.
Congratulations. We have our first winner of the day.
How many total prizes are there again?
There are 5. There's 7 chests. They all have like cupcakes and cookies, and the ones without any prizes have a few kodos in them, but they're all placed. And I'm going to the docks in case you guys are doing the pointless Rostov hack that I'm well aware of. I was trying to move around fast enough that wouldn't work.
I found 2 chests so far, and both were empty. So who's the other person who...
That sounds like someone found them before you. They had to be public cachet chests. If you just found some chest in a house that didn't have anything in it.
Could look too, even though I can't win.
Could we here? This is a question from Yigan Demion, who wants to expand the ability to use unicorn components for tridents. So currently, I think you can make... What? Another prize?
I have to interrupt you.
First prize? Who's that?
Call it off. It's all over.
Cal Nightwolf. All right,
Nice.
first prize.
Congratulations.
All right, so we have a first and third prize, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are we writing these down?
I am. It's in the dock.
And
Top
hey,
of the dock.
did you say whether you maybe shrunk down some of those chests and made them nearly impossible to see or anything like that? Did you get any clues since I was offline with my power fault?
They're all outside. None were inside. Oh, I got a second prize from Mandalar. He got 2nd place. Good job.
All right, so first, second, third. So there's only 4th and 5th
Let me
prize
note
left.
that down. You can hold on to that if you want, Mandalar. I'll just write down that you found it if you want to keep it as a souvenir. Let me write your name down though, so we don't forget.
Oh, and I just got another one here. Molly Jall.
4th prize. All right, wait. So is that all of them?
Is there a 5th?
Or are we still waiting for 5th?
5th.
Who was 2nd?
Mandalar. They handed it to me.
Mandalar. 2nd. So we're just waiting on a 5th, I think.
Wow, this is quick, 4:24. So 8 minutes.
You have 100 plus adults. It's a little...
Yeah.
And shout out to Lard British, who sent me a friend request. I wonder where that name is inspired by.
I just got 6 more friends. Telling you.
All right, so here I'll make a since we have so much time left, why don't we do this? We'll do. We'll do a. Would you be up to hiding some more chests, Travis?
I'm doing that right now.
So we'll do with some custom names.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do. You'll name them all runner-up, and everyone who finds a runner-up will get a butterfly mask.
Oh, nice. All right, I'm going to. I'm out of eggs at the moment, so they're going to be runner-up cupcakes.
Okay.
And I want to thank Elwin Moon for the sub, Viper Mortal for 133 bits again, and then Babanzai for 28 for 133 bits as well. Thank you
and
guys.
look, Nade.
Oh, I got
it's fifth.
Fifth prize, got it. Nade. All right, we've got our winners.
All right, so do we have them all in the dock?
Yes, they're top of the
Can
dock.
read them off? All right, so first prize. Well, actually, I'll start at the bottom. So Nade in fifth place. That's here. I'm going to put this in a separate window so I can read out the prizes. Nade wins a Royal Elven bow. Fourth prize, Molly Jall wins a ornate elven furniture set. Silently, third prize, gets an elven guard tower. And Mandalar in second place gets a hollow log 2-story village house. And first place, Cal Michael gets a player-owned town village lot property deed. And congratulations, all of the winners. Now, because we have a bunch of time left in our first annual Easter egg hunt, Liz Rostov is hiding some more runners-up eggs, and everyone who finds one will get a butterfly mask.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, they're going to be cupcakes. Runner-up cupcakes.
I vote
And
next
thank
year.
you for the friend request from Afro Thunder and Thargor Tonene.
Nene. Oh, I'm at the
monkey. Jump monkey.
Next year we should do it in the fall. Have the Easter egg hunt in the fall. Then that way it'll probably take longer because it'll be blood and guts everywhere. Yeah, they'll be slaughtering each other.
I like that.
Yeah, everyone loves when we force PvP. Yeah, that's a very popular decision.
We can have a 2-part Easter egg hunt.
All right, more questions. Mayfault asks, can we get a favorites tab on the emotes list? Yeah, maybe. I mean, the real thing we want to do, that's a cool idea. The real thing we want to do, though, is we want a categories
like a
list.
dance category?
Yeah, so like dances and things like that. So, but yes, a favorites would be cool, too. Let's see. Elron, King of Elves, will crafting specialization be a skill we can level or a locked skill at level 1? That's a good question. Atos, what do you think about crafting specialization? You want to do some live on-air design? The question was, will crafting specialization be a skill we can level or a locked skill at level 1?
I'm sure it'll be something that can be leveled. I mean, we're always looking for sinks for experience, and
right.
It'll be leveled. I mean, it'll probably follow the pattern we have right now in the combat tree stuff.
Right. Yeah. So there wouldn't be much of a reason to do it differently than the way we do combat, right?
Yeah.
Right. So we probably do it very similar to that.
Somebody's trying to trade with me here. Runner-up cupcake from Gwendolyn Obscuro.
Congratulations.
Does anyone have the time?
I think it's the time for prizes.
Prize-a-dating.
Prize o'clock.
Prize o'clock. All right. We have a black butterfly mask goes to Chloe May. A wedding dress goes to Madal Argrison. A wedding tuxedo goes to Emery Watson. Tall white floral box head fence goes to Bob Waddy. Ornate elven planting bed set goes to Gradios. And finally, a storefront greenhouse 4-story row home goes to Sawtooth.
Congratulations, winners. All right. Let's see. Kaizen Strava asks, will other dungeons be added to the list of rooms that can be placed like the small temple in the fall?
Yes. Absolutely. I'm planning on adding, converting the remainder. Well, we'll see how many of them I get done, but I'm going to be doing some more rooms for this next round. And I'm kind of liking the way that I'm doing them now, which is there's a deco version and a non-deco version. And you can have one or the other, but, and you can convert between them. They'll both drop in there, but can't be both. But again, then you get there's 2 different drops you can get out there as well. So I think they like it.
Cool. Belladonna Rose asks, is there any way that we could get more places to put things like lights near the exit of the minecart foyer? It's pretty dark walking up that ramp to the door.
Sure.
So, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Liz Rostov says he can do that for us. Oh, Lord British, Omnidon asks, what's a paladin?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. A paladin, some person of purity and virtue and graciousness.
All right. Great answer.
Sean Butts asked a question that I've had a few times and I've looked into myself, and also One and Only has looked into, and there's got to be some special sauce. But Sean Butts asks, when will the target system stay on my target and not randomly switch to something else just running between us? This is one we've had reported, and we've also had something that may be related, which is my pet bear keeps stealing heals when I'm trying to heal somebody else, and my party mates are dying. They're blaming me. We haven't been able to reproduce this. We've heard this described. There's got to be some special sauce going on that we're missing. I have been playing quite a bit, as you guys probably know, and I've not seen that. I keep an eye out for targeting stuff because it's something that I wrote most of the targeting stuff, so I feel obliged to fix it. But I've not been able to reproduce it, and neither has One and Only. So we need to know the special sauce. What is the magic to make it happen?
I could reproduce the old one when it used to be happening, if it's the same one. It was just multiple enemies. Like, if one enemy gets between you and your target, sometimes it would want to switch.
All right. Jittercott asks, on a scale of 1 to dungeon, how far along is dungeon development?
We already heard this one.
Yeah, I did that one just before we got started on the stream.
Said it was. Well, I'm glad these are all marked off.
It was all. I said it was. See, Star. That's why they think that we hate each other. That's it, Star. They just think you hate
I'm the
us.
source of all of the conspiracy. Well, you are the hair person. Just to catch you up, Lord British, there is a conspiracy theory that the devs, we all hate each other, and so we confirmed that it's the hair people versus the no hair people.
Well, that's true. What do you mean that's not a rumor? That's the truth.
Okay. All right. So, just thank you for adding to the conspiracy.
I have a chat here in game. Yes, that's exactly why we've worked with each other for like 15 to 20 years or whatever. I have
25 in the case of Richard.
I have one here in game that I forgot to mention. It's something I've been doing. Star, you may not even have known I was doing this. Don't tell him. Star, plug your ears. Yes, Mythic. The free Obsidian Greater Scroll of Unlearning with Huge Kodo pack is still ongoing. If you buy the $90 pack of Kodos and then just email me in game, I will send you a free Obsidian Scroll of Greater Unlearning, the 1500 crown one. I'll send you one of those free if you buy it during the stream. Actually, we've been doing it until 9 o'clock because too many people complained that they worked or lived in California and could watch the stream but couldn't play the game. But you guys could go to the website and buy stuff. But anyways, if you buy the $90 pack, I will send you a free Obsidian Greater Scroll of Unlearning. Go do it.
All right.
People are asking, how do they get their prizes that they just heard about? Are they going to be mailed to them, or how do they go out?
You'll get them through in-game mail, most likely, or either an offer.
And then we'll correct you on that. Right, Bobby?
Yeah, so the prizing I'm announcing will come through the reward system.
I do.
Yeah.
My system is the ghetto system where I have to mail them to you in-game.
Yeah. So most of the official prizes, like from the Easter contest or from the prizes of the Dark Spring Has Sprung or purchasing from the web store, those will come through the reward system. So just give us a little bit, but those will appear. They won't be immediate. All right. Let's see. Kathy888 asks, when will we get the rest of our Dark Winter rewards? So great question. And by that question, I'm assuming that, Kathy, this is probably one of the first times you're getting rewards. Our rewards usually take a couple of releases for us to complete, especially like the Dark Winter, because that was a ton of rewards. The rest of them will probably come next release. Sometimes when there's a lot, it'll take up to 3 releases for us to complete all of them, but those should wrap up next release.
Oh, and I didn't know if it was a secret or not if we'd shown it. Some people were asking when are we getting our dragon sword? And I pulled out the dragon sword, and I think is it the dragon spear? I went and found them and showed them what they look like in-game, even though they don't have them yet. But
yeah, so, and the reason they don't have those is because the developer who normally delivers those to everyone was in Japan for all of the release, but he hopefully in one of these patches soon will take care of that, right, Chris?
Mm-hmm. He knows about it. He's unburying himself right now. He will get caught up soon, though.
Okay.
Oh, look.
Because they're definitely done, along with all the Dark Winter stuff, but hopefully he'll get those out to everybody.
Shout out to Zach Zaras, as well as also I just recently befriended Naid. Nice to be friends with y'all. Thank you.
And Zadian just got a runner-up cupcake, but I need to call out Jada Falcon for follow, and it's on. iStar Strider for 5,000 bits. Jumping Snugs. Wow. This is one of those things, there's a drama that goes on between the top people trying to be on top. But thank you, iStar Strider. We absolutely appreciate it. That is like half of a whole team lunch right there for us.
Thank you, guys. And you don't have to do that. You do this for the follows and the views but it's awesome when you do.
Lord British, maybe this is one you can help answer. Lord of Honesty asks, why did Runic never get numbers?
So the original Runic didn't have numbers. There is I once used a motif like a cartouche out of Egyptians to put numbers in, but there's never been a stable interpretation of numbers down through time. And that's really just because there hasn't been a stable need for them. I'm still open to changing it, and I'm still open to player proposals. If you've got a particularly good numbering system you think works well with Runic, I'd be very happy to endorse one. But we just haven't had a strong need, so haven't never crossed that line.
All right. Let's see. Shift PC, do you have any plans in adding more enemy types? Yes. I think we talked about one earlier, which is, rats, one we talked about earlier in the stream. And I think we've gotten in all of our seasonal bosses now, although...
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow. We have one more seasonal boss, so Scarecrow to get in, but then that'll take care of all the design seasonal bosses. Then there's some new Uber bosses that are going in for episode 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have we talked about those ever?
I want to make this little droid
Internally.
doing his little dance. That can be like his enrage animation that he does. I want to make him into an Uber boss, like scale him up by 3 times and change his colors. Aren't the evil ones like they have red or something on them?
Well, people are asking what to do with the cupcakes. Atos is at the docks. Go hand him one.
Back to Stars, what Star was talking about. This isn't exactly what the player was asking, but as far as Young Dragons, we had all the colors in the game except for black and white. Next release, the black and white ones will go in. So
cool.
It's not a different type, but it's a variation on that wasn't in the game yet.
You ever get the black wyvern in? He was like a little bigger.
Those should have all been in, I believe.
He's in the project. I don't know if we ever spawned him anywhere.
I did. I have to go check, but I'm pretty sure he's in.
Iron Fist Warhammer is a runner-up cupcake guy. Iron Fist Warhammer.
I'd like to point out that I'm up to number 4 on the bits now, just cause.
That's good. They're going to want to push you out now.
Thank
I know,
you, Richard.
that's why that was the theory. I'm debating on jumping into the top 3 there, just to be,
Instead of
provocative.
spite.
Well, they know they're pacing themselves. That thing resets in
Spite
18
these.
days.
I've been adding the Skull of
Thank
Sandio into these this public cash chest, by the way.
Oh,
So players are still looking around. If you don't find a cupcake, you might find my skull.
Let's see. An Archie Angel asks, will we ever see some crafting skills translating to bonuses for combat skills?
oh my
Like-
God. Sorry.
Like the good old days of UO when the poisoning skill would increase Mage's poison spells, or how a high lumberjacking skill would give a benefit to using axes in combat.
That's something similar to that's come up on mine, but it was people who were wanting to make sure they wanted their alchemy skill to add to the effectiveness of potions, not the potions they make. Actually, I think initially they were thinking potions they made, but then it was turned into using potions being better. And as I explained to you, alchemy can't make better potions, which is something that they kind of wanted, because if we made better potions, they couldn't stack, because we'd use that or lose that unique data for them. But yeah, I mean, that could be something we end up adding in as like, hey, guess what? Blacksmithing does reduces damage to armor over time, and alchemy increases potion effectiveness for potions you use for yourself. Oh, and Vino Quarlin. I just realized maybe I should have been taking these things because they could just hand them to each other. I wouldn't do
I was
that,
just
though.
trusting them.
Yeah, don't do that.
And I did not
Yeah.
see the error of that.
If we get too many turned in, I can go pull the item logs and see what's going on in there. And then we will, I don't know what we'll do.
Oh, you guys were trusting players?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vino Quarlin's the latest runner-up.
Shout out to
Oh, we
Zach
think-
and Senpai. Thank you for the friend request.
That's a little too quick and remove this section of wall.
And also, shout out to Iron Fist
Go
Warhammer
back.
for the 100 bits and Mythic for the 100 bits. I'm not giving Richard a shout out.
I
Somebody
noticed
was
that.
in there for
Even though I'm in
1,000.
the top 3 now.
Thank you, Richard.
Oh, Warfgar. I don't know why Warfgar, whenever you give bits, it doesn't show your name on the left side. It does on the right side. But Warfgar, he's been a big contributor on the my weekday streams. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I see Winfield's in there. Howdy, Winfield.
Let's see. Yikin Dimion asks, any plans to allow us to buy single items from the dungeon packs so we can just buy a room or a hall piece or whatever from a pack instead of having to buy the whole pack?
Andrew
question.
Night Owl.
If we did that, we can consider it. You know,
We didn't want to bloat the store with 1 million items, so we were trying to bundle them
Yeah.
in a way that made sense.
Yeah, because there's already so many items in the store, so that's why we were trying not to add a gazillion different items, because it just makes it super hard to navigate the store. So, unlikely, but we'll think about it.
You don't think 36 pages of outdoor decorations is enough?
Yeah,
We could add.
and imagine
even
how
50.
many there would be if every single dungeon piece got added to the store.
Maybe someday there could be a unique dungeon piece salesman with his own. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not.
Well, what we need to get it in some quest that reward you with unique dungeon pieces. Probably should be something in the storyline, get you a cool, unique dungeon piece.
Uh, All right, there's a couple more cupcakes out there. The problem is I have to find where I hid the old chest, because there's a chest limit, so I'm going around.
Is that why I just saw a chest disappear?
Yeah, I gotta pick up some and put them in a new spot.
True Falls Solarts has given a cupcake. How many cupcakes are there out there?
There's probably 1 to 3 more.
Okay, there's 6 have been turned into me so far.
All right, I'm gonna call that the cupcake hiding.
All right, Cornfellow asks, being a good old living in Norway and missing South Carolina, would it be possible to get a corn dog recipe?
That's really funny.
Well, we have
corn.
We do have corn.
I guess
And
it doesn't really matter
dogs.
what mystery meat's in it, does it?
And we have dogs.
I got a runner-up cupcake from Araminus Darkblade.
Congratulations.
Write that down there. Yeah, we're taking them now. I was letting
and
you guys keep up on them.
Dundrum.
I don't trust you.
Who was your cupcake?
Ashina Marsh is a runner-up. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Write that down. Ash.
I added it to the list. And Dundrum, I got you on there. I'll go ahead and pull up the cabana there, see if I can find.
All right.
Oh, I didn't pick the cupcake.
This is a question for List and Atos from John Marcus. Can dungeon corridor and stairs have end plates attached to either end so that you do not see through into the ether when you connect corridors of different ceiling heights?
So what you should be using is a transition piece. And right now we allow you to create bad seams just on hoping that you won't, and you'll use the appropriate transition pieces. So there's transition pieces for every possible connection. I think we need to make the regular dungeon transition to Ancient Stone a little more readily available for everybody.
Yeah.
So at some point we're going to enforce the rules and be a lot more stringent, where if you try to connect this hall to this dungeon, it might not let you. It'll keep it within stone types, or you have to do a transition. But in the meantime, you can fix that yourself with just getting the appropriate transition piece. I'm being handed a large amberjack mackerel. It's a 1.7.
That's what we should have hidden some fish in the chests just to be meta. That's
Did you let them know
good.
they're winning?
For those who don't know, we have fishing contests where that's the standard thing to hand off a big fish to List Rostov.
And also thanks to Mythic Viper Mortal and John Marcus. No thanks to Lord British rules. Pushing down the poor, helpless players. Yeah. Alright, well, that may be all the cupcakes that were out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 on my list.
I put 2, so that's 10, yeah.
Alright, well, one of yours is Ashina Marsh, right?
Yeah.
So that's 9. So then maybe there's one out there?
I don't think I have Araminus Darkblade. Did you get him?
No. What was that again? Araminus what?
I wrote it in the live stream channel in
Oh, okay.
Metamus.
Okay, I'll look there.
More, it looks like we got, what, like 9 minutes left?
Yeah, that's all right. We're good.
All right.
We'll just do questions.
Oh, I totally butchered Ashina Marsh's spelling of her name. Sorry about that, or his name.
Let's see. Warrior B. Patrick asks, will we be able to move our nested town with the service token to the new lands as soon as they are revealed? Yes. I mean, I think those are. Do we still have those available? Let's see. Or do we sell out? Oh yeah. So those are still available. So yes.
But when the will there be a land rush? Might be what he's asking.
Oh, I see. Well, the nested ones will depend on the one you're nested in going, unless you bought one that's an upgrade. So, and those would go in the order that they were purchased. Would be the idea. So there won't be a land rush because we'll just do them in order.
Yeah, for nested towns, we really don't have a limit so far how many pots can be nested within another town.
Yeah. So your order would be based on the town you're nested in. So.
Yeah, if you're being nested in another player's pod, as long as his pod is in place, then you can be nested.
For our trip.
Can you make a big packet for you? But can I make a little one with one tiny stuffed animal or some stuff that I will need?
Yes. Do you have one little backpack? Oh, I guess I forgot.
Yeah.
We're live, aren't we?
We were going to ask them to speak up. We couldn't quite make it out.
Yeah, no problem. She's packing for a trip.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
An adventurer.
I see someone recruiting for a warrior guild. There's a guy named Revenant. He needs a guild. You found the right place. Somebody here's got a guild for you.
All right, I see a couple of questions related to what do I do if I haven't gotten my pledge items, and then another one, what's the status of the support backlog? I've been waiting for my Duke pledge item for a couple of months. So if these are related to things like the Duke heraldry basements, one of the things we've encountered is 99.9% of the folks who've written in saying, hey, I didn't get my, Duke heraldry basement items. Well, 99.9% of those are folks who were not eligible to receive those. And that was because you either purchased yours after the expiration event when those custom items were no longer available, or you bought a benefactor Duke pledge, or you purchased it from someone else who bought it after the event. And so we have yet to encounter anyone who has written into us saying, I did not get my Duke heraldry items delivered to me. So the reward system knows when the pledge was purchased and what items you were eligible for. So on the digital side, so there's a 99.9% chance that if you were eligible to receive the Duke heraldry basement item that you would have received it. So, just FYI. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't write into support just for us to verify, and we can verify the date of your purchase and verify that it happened before or after the expiration. But FYI, that's what's going on with 99.9%. Well, so far 100% of those that I've written in. So, FYI.
And since I just saw an interesting purchase come in from who is this? Someone's taking advantage of my stream special. Richard Gariot. So I butchered the names as I always do. Looks like he bought a package on the store. Reminder: if you want your special, if you buy a $90 package before the biggest crown package thing before 9 o'clock tonight, New Britannia time, Central time, our time, Texas time, and you message me in-game, email me in-game, I will send you a free Epic Unlearning book. That's one of those 1,500 crowns where it lets you, like, if you want to, you can wipe your entire character and just move all of your experience back into your pool so you can respec everything if you want to. Those are really cool, and it's a really great experience to sit there and, like, every time you swing your sword, ding, 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 you know, every skill you cast, ding, ding, ding. So I've had a few people do that. But anyways, if you want to take advantage of that, I'll do that until 9, and then I'll get up in the morning and answer all the emails. Looks like I'm 8 emails behind right now.
Yeah, it was funny. I didn't realize you'd be able to see that I was making those purchases right away. But what's actually cool about that is, you know, our in-game crown store is a vastly superior experience to getting things offline. I mean, I was in here partying with people, and I went, oh, I need a few things for partying. And then while I was in there, I was browsing and going like, oh, you know, I could really use a new hat, and I could use I went to town. So, yeah, I invested a little bit of my own money back in the game here just to fit out my character a little nicer.
All right. Well, we are 3 minutes away from the end, so I think we will start talking through our last ending announcements. So, Atos, any parting words for our audience?
I just want to thank everybody. I've been amazed at not just how many people have shown up for my streams during the week, but also how constructive people have been. I've been doing it for like 3 weeks or so now, and I haven't had to ban a single person. I haven't seen one trolley type person show up in there. So you guys are awesome, and it's good to see we're at like 232 viewers here. It's a little more than I get. I get like 160 during my week streams. But great seeing all you guys in there. And you guys have 18 days to push Lord British rules off the chart, please, on the bits. And mostly I just want to say thanks to all the players. They've been amazing. You guys have been great. I think these streams, I've been able to get a ton of new bugs entered for you guys, and also a ton of new features that I think you guys will love going in. So, again, thanks to everybody, and I'll turn it over to other people. They hear me talk too much already.
I've got some ticking clock hands if anyone's interested.
Oh, prizes. We can't leave without our final set of prizes.
Yeah, I wanted to dump the last set of prizes before you guys did your outros. So, real quick, a black butterfly mask goes to Trinity. A wedding dress goes to Truefall Celarts. A wedding tuxedo goes to Bo Cornfellow. A tall white floral box hedge fence goes to Older Dude. An ornate elven planting bed set goes to Grimace. And finally, a storefront greenhouse 4-story row home goes to Lord British? Are you... Lord British is saying the term in game.
Hey, I guess you didn't take me off the list.
No, devs are not immune from the prizing. So congratulations, Lord British.
Excellent.
Whoops.
Hear it.
Wait. So we'll reprise that to someone else.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Or you can give it to a random newbie. Sometimes they'll join like stream giveaways, and if I win, I just go to an outskirts and hand it.
Yeah, give it to one of your new friends, Lord British.
Yeah,
just to a new player.
I will. Give it to me, I'll hand it out.
Yeah, Lord British will hand it out to a random new person who friends him. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Congratulations to all of the winners. Congratulations to those of you who won our prizings. Congratulations to those of you who participated in our first ever successful Easter egg hunt. And I'm pleasantly surprised because we had no idea how that was going to turn out, and it worked. So yay! And it just shows the power of our sandbox and our decoration system and our community. And thank you. Speaking of our community, thank you, community, for being so amazing. I always like to say, take a moment as you're playing the game and look around. You made this happen. So every blade of grass, every weapon in your hand, every piece of armor that you're wearing, every monster that you fight, you made that happen because we are a completely community-driven game. So thank you. And remember, the Dark Spring stretch goals. So a purchase as low as $5 or more this release will get you these Dark Spring stretch goals that are all Dark Spring themed. So we've already gotten 2 of them so far: the flower hairpiece and the Dark Leaf Spear. We're on our way to get the flower bed. Next up is the Dark Thorn wand and Dark Thorn one-handed sword, and then it'll be the Red Thorn decoration pack, and then more Dark Thorn weapons. Reminder: use Looking for Group or the Universal Chat or both for any events that you're running or if you're trying to get people together to go adventuring. Use the social systems in our game. It makes the game much better. And if you are just joining us and you are just now or haven't played Release 64, there's all sorts of cool stuff. The return of our first ever seasonal boss. He's the longest running seasonal boss we have, the Arch Lapin. And he's got new loot this year: confection eggs and confection bunnies. We've got some cool spring equinox items, a replenishing a platter of confections, dyeable eggs, both a craftable and a store-bought version, 2019 version of the Easter basket with confetti eggs, new emotes, including a /pet that you can use on your pets to pet them. Pet. How many times did I say pet there? Viking dance that our own Sanyo added in as a cool side quest with the Norgard Barbarians. A new universal chat channel for trade called the Universal Trade Channel. New messages of the day for player-owned towns and for guilds. More pirate items, including a new pirate outfit, treasure maps, Jolly Roger flag, Jolly Roger banners. More player dungeon encounters and totems. Release 60 and Release 61 live stream items. We'll get those to you guys. They're complete. We just haven't delivered them, but we'll get them to you as soon as possible. The Dragon Sword and Dragon Polearm, Black Ice weapons, Black Ice wings, Black Ice blocks, Krampus mask, Dark Leather Yule outfit, Black Ice elemental statue, performance improvements, bug fixes, and there's a player event tomorrow, a fishing contest. You can check out all the details in the Release 64 events forum section. And then there's all sorts of great stuff coming up in 2019 check out the Q2 post for more details about it. But some highlights of coming up in 2019: crafting specialization, where you'll be able to choose your effect when you're masterworking and enchanting, a raids UI, paintable houses, grandmaster only effects, fertilizer for agriculture, the vault, pet balance, episode 2 areas, empty row lots, mannequins, customizable NPC convos, loot improvements, add-on store weapons, fishing, better boss fights, and then episode 2, of course, with the revamp of the quest and journal system, theater system, treasure hunting with treasure maps, item affinity and reputation, taming expansions, and expanded permission systems for containers and doors. So amazing stuff coming up. I hope you stick around. We will. So thank you again, community. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Lord British, would you have anything else to sign us off?
No, I just want to say hello and thank you for the friend invite from Beastie Jones and Dundrum. And my final thing will be just this amazing team. You do a great job of thanking the community appropriately. But also, by the way, I happen to know that all of you here on the call and the rest of the team is building this, just doing such an amazing job. Every time I get back in, every time we do a live stream as well, and we walk around, see the players, see all the new stuff. Today, just seeing all the new Easter eggs, it's just astounding how much we've gotten in and how we continue to get in month to month. So
thanks to all of you here as well.
And if you've been watching the stream video, I've just been walking around looking at all this stuff. There were 84 people in the scene here, and I don't think anyone looks anything like anybody else. That's one of the things I love about our games, just all of the uniqueness. So, and before we go, I wanted to try and get used to the streaming thing, Devian Loon, Live Life Good 2, Sears Orn for 200 bits, Wharfgar for 999 bits, and then the reason I had to say something was Snugs. Thank you so much, Snugs, for 5,000 bits. Is that the first? Is that the second time? Oh no, that was Ice Star Strider did 5,000 earlier. Thank you so much, guys. And I guess the other thing I'm trying to get in the habit of doing is hopefully you guys have a stream out there I can go raid. I'm going to look for one right now, and I will raid them, and then we can wave by at the camera. Let's see. Silvertree's streaming us right now. He's at the party already. You know what? I don't think I've done Silvertree lately.
Yeah.
I'll do Silvertree. He's always on, and he's always streaming, and always has tons of people here. So let's raid Silvertree and get him up, because they're always doing good stuff. If I can type out their name correctly. Did I get it? Yes, yeah. I got it. All right. So now it's really the 5 seconds. Guys, thanks so much. See ya soon. I'm not sure if I'll be streaming this weekend, but somebody will be probably. And I'm clicking a button. Raid. Haha.